Warframe contains many stories within its overall narrative, whether it's dealing with Grineer and Corpus warfare, or Syndicate philosophies unchanging in their ideals. There is one force more powerful than anything, however, and that is the Void. Within Nata in the Second Dream, the Void is showcased as a place, from where Tenno power originates, but it is nebulous and undefined. While after the beginning of the Lotus Saga shared with us what we are, it did not show us what we were, merely hints of a larger past and the origins of our power. But it is here, in the War Within, that we begin to unravel the Zariman incident, the hidden truths of those closest to us, and the power and the misery of the Void. We begin the War Within after the events of the Second Dream. We now understand that we are human, and once again have autonomy over our human form, performing transference in the orbiter and continuing our work in the origin system through our warframes. But the unraveling of our identity isn't merely understanding just what we are. It also includes understanding who we were. And after receiving word from the Lotus that there has been a disturbance on Lua, with one of her sentries going silent, we are set on a quest to find out who we were. Once on Lua, the Lotus recounts us of our past, of Margulis, and mentions the Zariman, but also tells us that every record of our past was erased. The Tenno and our past, despite not knowing our human form, remains unknown to us at this moment. Once we find what caused the centuries to go dark, a quest to uncover what the Orokin tried so desperately to hide is unwittingly begun. Teshin is the disturbance. Within the Nata quest, he was a large help in facing Tile Reger and uncovering the secrets of an ancient sentient tomb. Now, however, it seems Teshin is keeping secrets from us. After stating he wouldn't within Nata, the secrets he is keeping are about the Grineer queens, ordering him around like a dog. Teshin mocks us, calling us a child, threatening us with his blade should we continue chasing him. This, of course, does not deter us. We must figure out what Teshin is up to, and what the queens have to do with this, even if it means facing off against Teshin. After defeating his specter and proceeding to extraction, the Lotus notifies us of Teshin's location. However, it's merely another specter. Based upon this, it is clear Teshin does not want us to find out whatever truth he is hiding. After defeating another specter, we are able to find the location of an asteroid field, where Teshin may be located. And after infiltrating the security station at the heart of this asteroid field, we are able to see what it is truly hiding: the Kuva Fortress, the central hub of the Grineer, up to this point eluding us due to its constant movement, thanks to Fomorian engines strapped to it. Fomorians themselves are gigantic Grineer vessels, powerful enough to destroy relays, so it's no surprise utilizing Fomorian engines on such a large fortress can move it with ease. The Kuva Fortress is in a way representative of the themes of the War Within, hidden truths. In this case, the hidden truth is the location of the Grineer's fortress. We have no choice but to go forth and unravel what truth Teshin is withholding, and how the queens are involved, so we head into the Kuva Fortress. Once in the fortress, we head to an elevator and descend deeper into this monolith. Our communication systems are unable to fully reach the Lotus, and our transference is also distorted. Eventually we reach a room, decorated with the regal Grineer adornments, surrounding a center throne. Then we see Teshin, our trusted mentor. Or so we thought. The Grineer queens reveal themselves as the pathetic worms they are, with disgusting voices and even more shrilled bodies. We realize in this moment that Teshin is with them. The queens seem disinterested in our warframe, which is unexpected as Grineer up to this point have been exceedingly interested in our combat skin. The queens want our true form, the child of Zariman and Void. But before we can do anything, we are subdued by Teshin, as the eldest sister of the queens creates a link between our warframe and our own mind. The queen pontificates of creating the warframes, of giving us our gifts, leading us to question who she is. What is she? And most pressingly in this moment, what is she doing? A flash of light appears and we awake to discover ourselves back on the orbiter, with music playing as snow falls. The music and the soft snow falling is almost like a dream, giving us our first hint as to where we truly are. But we do not have our Warframe, or our power, and in response, Ordis attempts to purge us from the ship, unable to recognize us as the operator. Escaping, we land on a mountaintop, snow blowing in the wind hard, reflecting the snow falling in our orbiter. This continues the ongoing theme of this quest, hidden truths. And so perfectly in this case, as it tells us the truth being hidden is within our own mind, waiting to be found, as the snow on the mountaintop was waiting within our orbiter. As we climb the mountain, dealing with the strong wind, and entering the mountain, we find a body, or at least that which remains of one. As we examine, Teshin appears, and after a futile attempt to use our void energy, we are blasted back as Teshin states, "The hard way then." The writing is so great as it tells you everything you need to know with brevity. We use our powers don't work, and his statement tells us we will have to go the hard way to get the powers back, all through a brief implicit line. Teshin states the queens are burrowing into this place, and as we saw earlier, they were burrowing into the mind of our Warframe, which shows us another clue that we are not truly here. Finally, Teshin says he must undo what Margulis did. Margulis, mother to the Tenno, helped ease our pain, allowing for the second dream to provide relief to our suffering. But to get our power back, we must suffer. But what will we suffer? It comes back to the theme of the war within, the truth. We descend further into the mountain, Teshin saying that Margulis erased the Zariman children, or in more accurate terms, made us able to suppress our memories. Teshin wishes for us to regain our memories of the power, of the misery, and of our past. We come upon Ayatan sculptures. Teshin says they represent Orokin continuity, or immortality in more traditional terms, offering us a choice to either give in or face this. We blast the sculptures and fall deep into the mountain. As we land on a pile of bones, we feel pain, and with that pain we begin to remember our past with our mother and the Zariman, as the elder queen of the Grineer narrates our memories, breaching deeper into our mind. As we awake, we see a piece of bone stuck in our leg, and we take it out. Now we face the coil. A maw lies ahead, as do our memories beyond it, and as we tread carefully past, we get the ability to void sling, allowing us to essentially teleport using void energy. And then we receive another memory of our father. Every time we feel pain, we regain another memory, because facing the truth can be painful, but it can also allow you to grow, which is why we gain these void abilities alongside our memories. We continue going through the mountain and attain yet another memory, the horror of the Zariman incident truly being understood, the children of the vessel being scared and alone. Yet again we also gain another power of the void, as we must make it through the mawfish. Once through, we get another memory, understanding how the void affected those on the ship, with us maintaining sanity and the adults losing theirs. Finally, we attain the ability to perform transference without the somatic link of our orbiter as a crutch. We have faced the truth and pain of our past, and in so doing have become more powerful because of it. The theme of confronting the past will return in the sacrifice, but for now in the war within, it has strengthened ourselves, as we have beaten our own repressed pain. Once out, Teshin shares with us his own past, a past of Orokin idolization and subjugation, a Dax. Dax are essentially the knights of the Orokin, protecting their rulers and biologically bound to follow the rule of the Kuva scepter, a scepter the Grineer queens possess. But how can a Grineer possess that which is Orokin? Continuing on the mountain pass, we come across a Yuvan theater, a place where the Orokin chose which body they will use for their continuity. Continuity is not simple immortality. It is a transfer of consciousness from one body to another, and it provides functional immortality, so long as they have a body to transfer themselves into. This process is what we are experiencing, the mind of the Grineer Queen destroying ours until only she remains. We now fully understand that all of this is within our mind, and we understand this Grineer Queen is an Orokin. We come face to face with the eldest queen. She mirrors our movements as she becomes us, taunting us with the pain of our most important memory. The power of the void, the deal, the man in the wall. But we controlled it, as we once again do now. We shattered the link between us and the queen, revealing we confronted the past in our mind in the blink of an eye, as Ordis shouts to cut the link. We arrive back on the orbiter, with the somatic link functionally destroyed, but now we are the somatic link. By confronting the truth hidden within our mind, the truth that Margulis hid to protect us, we can now do that which we were always meant to: protect others. Performing transference, we re-enter our Warframe still in the Kuva fortress, and we triumphantly rise. We came back for Teshin. Now we must face the queens and her guards with our newfound power, or rather old hidden power. We destroyed the Kuva braids, but Teshin is ordered against us, and we must face him. After stopping him, he insists we defeat him. Instead, we void sling through the queen, seizing the scepter. Now we command Teshin, but instead of slaughtering the queen, we let her decay in her rotten flesh, as she worms away and cries in agony at her punishment. Attempting to seize our mind, this queen, this Orokin failed to realize her corrupting power is nothing compared to the power of the void within us, and more than that, is nothing compared to our will. Our war within was won by us, and her punishment is to never win her own war within. The Lotus is once again able to reach us on comms, and we brief her on the ending of the queen, and she feels guilt for not being able to help. We reach extraction and head back to the orbiter. Once back, the Lotus attempts to justify the shielding of our past, stating that we are changed. The understatement of us simply being changed, the excusing of Margulis, and eventually the Lotus excusing our own past angers us. Earlier in the quest, when presented with the power of the void, we stated we controlled it. We control our destiny, and the hidden truths being beyond our control are frustrating. Ordis breaks up the discussion and notifies us of an old war beacon. When we arrive with our Kuva scepter, we find the mountain pass from our mind. Now changed, we are able to move through the mountain pass with ease. We eventually reach the top of this mountain, the sun cloaked in the clouds as Teshin awaits us. We contemplate the scepter with him. He shares interpretations of the scepter of Kuva being blood or poison. He says, perhaps this Kuva is just a symbol, that what you choose to do will define you more than anything. And we present ourselves with the choice of what to do with this Kuva. Knowing what we are, and now what we were, we are able to decide what we will become. And it is with this, we show who we are by destroying this Kuva, so that no one can control Dax, and so that we all have choice. So we are all able to understand ourselves to make those choices. Upon doing this, we hear him for the first time, the man in the wall, the indifference itself, reminding us of our deal and that we owe him. All power has a price, and now that we remember the power of the void, so too must we remember the misery. Such is the nature of knowing the truth. Thank you for watching or listening to my analysis of The War Within. If you want more Warframe analysis, general coverage of Warframe, or anything like that, please subscribe, like the video, and just let me know what you guys want and how you like this video. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.